Well, hello. Welcome.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Cherie of Technomadia. And it's April already, the end of April. I can't believe
this past month has gone by ridiculously fast. It seems like only yesterday we were in Texas.
And filming the March wrap-up. These monthly travelogues are making the months seem shorter, I think.
Yeah, this is we should do a yearly travelogue update. At least it'll spread it out a bit, please.
Anyway, since last time we did a video travelogue, we were just outside of Austin and approaching it. So we did get to Austin just fine and spent 10 days there.
Yeah, so Austin was a really special time. We were there in time for Easter with family, time to, Cherie's mom had come in from Florida, so we got to have that family time. Cherie's brother lives there in Austin as well. But
and
then,
it also lined up with the Wireless Generation documentary premiere, which is a film that was made about 5 years ago by the folks of Almost Fearless. Drew and Christine Gilbert.
So it was very kind of intimidating to go into a big movie theater, Alamo Drafthouse, and see ourselves 20 feet high on a big screen, and we hadn't seen it in advance. We didn't know whether it was going to be good or...
We're kind of a little nervous because they filmed us at Burning Man 5 years ago, and we had that question, were we wearing clothes?
Which is
and here my
question.
mom was coming out.
Yes.
We were wearing clothes.
Fortunately, the movie came out PG rated, and actually it was really quite inspiring. We are the only RV nomads that were featured in it.
And only one of a few that are still on the road since the filming 5 years ago. They filmed about 8 different nomadic households around the world. The film is ending its premiere, I think tonight, actually, in New York City, or tomorrow night. And then on June 1st, it'll actually be released for sale, streaming online or from DVD. You can get it pre-ordered at thewirelessgeneration.com if you're interested in getting a copy. I was actually really pleased.
It's impressive. It's impressive. It's inspiring. It just basically says go out there and travel and do your thing.
Yeah. So other than that, Austin, we spent a lot of time with my brother and my mother doing some touring around, visiting. I grew up in Austin, so it's always like going home.
We had a great convergence with a lot of other escaper type people come over.
Yeah, so our friends Sam and Tracy, the Zen Nomads, they were actually in town as well and went to the film premiere and stayed with us. Lynn of Hello Casita on Instagram came in, and her sweetie, I think we'll call him, Chris, was there with her
a budding
as well.
Relationship there. And then Travis and Mel came down for the movie premiere, and then also came down to camp for a few days with us.
Yeah, they're of the Escapees RV Club and Escapers that we're involved with. So it was a fun little nomadic convergence.
Yeah.
We didn't get a moment to ourselves,
No,
which seems to be a rarity for us these days. When our time in Austin was up, we went a little bit north of town, where we finally were able to negotiate finding a
place that could replace our windshield.
Yeah, so no problems with the insurance getting it done. It's just finding a shop that was willing, didn't get scared by the word vintage bus. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, after all the build-up, and we're like, this is going to be a big deal, and the shop even told us, like, well, expect it to take at least 4 hours, but it might take all day. We got there at 8 in the morning, and we were back on the road at 8:30. So
no, 9. It was 9.
Well,
it was about 50 minutes they took on this installation. Here we were. We had made no plans for the day, didn't make any campground reservations or even look ahead. And here we are. It's like 9 o'clock. What are we supposed to do? It's all done.
Where can we drive from here? So we just headed east a little ways and found an amazing Corps of Engineer park.
Yeah, it was just north of Taylor along Lake Granger, or Granger Lake. I forget if they put the lake front or back. We just pulled in, and the camp hosts there, the gate hosts, are like, well, you can go choose any site you like. We have exactly 3 RVs in, and we're not expecting any more all week. So just go choose a site you like, come back and let us know, and enjoy.
And we were then camping. Oh my God, it was amazing. Big, beautiful loops, big sites. And we were camping in a field of wildflowers with a beautiful walk around a lake nearby. And
we had this little hill right off to the side of our spot with a picnic table up there that had a view of the lake with gorgeous sunset views. So we enjoyed some much needed time alone and on our own. It was nice to go for 3 days without talking to another human being in person.
Yes.
Not that we don't like people, but you need a break every so often.
Yes. Oh, that's one of our going to be one of our top 10 parks for the year, guaranteed.
Pretty good. Pretty good odds. After that, we went up to Palestine, Texas, which is a little bit more north and east. We're making our way towards St. Louis. We have some fellow bus owner friends there that we wanted to stop off and see again.
Had a very pleasant visit. Got to geek out on buses and some bus history and some, and then grabbed a few spare parts, because you never know when you might need some.
Yes, he actually had some parts to help us with some of the body work we're going to start having done on Zephyr here next month. And then we went up to Daingerfield, Texas. So we're now kind of even with Dallas at this point,
Yes.
but towards the east. Found another great little state park there. We had a lakefront site, so that was really nice to be there for 2 nights. And
Yep.
Daingerfield was an amazingly cute little town.
It was. It sure was.
Super friendly. I'm like, everyone we encountered was friendly. We caught up on our laundry there, did some grocery shopping, and just everyone that we encountered was just super friendly. So I really liked
Yeah.
that little
And
town.
and some of the you'd say probably the best turkey barbecue you've ever had.
It was pretty darn good.
Outlaws Barbecue in Dangerfield was amazing.
Yeah.
We went back twice, and
Yeah.
the next day we're like, we need more turkey.
So we're sitting in Daingerfield, and I happened to see on Facebook that our friends Forrest and Mary, who we're actually camped with right next here, that they were coming through Oklahoma, and I kind of touched base with them and said, hey, yeah, we're heading towards Wisconsin. We looked at our timing for St. Louis and said, hey, so we decided to, the next night, hooked up in Fort Smith, Arkansas
Yep.
together.
Toward Fort Smith, it's got the kind of we went to a bordello together.
It's the visitor center.
Yes, which
Don't
is
get all excited, Amy.
It's the old historic bordello in town has now been made into the convention and visitor center for the town of Fort Smith, and then we started off from a walking tour from there and explored town a bit.
Did the Trail of Tears and did the Fort Smith historical site
Museum,
there.
Saw
Then
the
we went-
gallows.
And then the both of us got invited to go visit our friends Jeff and Deb of rollingrecess.com. They their home base is in Bentonville, Arkansas, which is the home of Walmart.
Right.
And we met them this winter out in the Southwest because they're also just got an RV and they're starting to try out doing some
Yep.
part-time RVing. And so we went and stayed on their property up there, and they gave us a great overview of Bentonville and the history of Walmart. And
Yeah, and we just love when people who are passionate about a place share that place with us, whatever it is. So we got to see the walking trails, we got to see the gardens that they had worked on and actually
the Compton
participated
Gardens,
in
and then
town.
there's the Crystal Bridges Art Museum there, and we did the Walmart Museum and drove by Walmart headquarters. So
Yeah.
it's just really cool to see it through a local's perspective and what
Yes.
they love about it. That's what we appreciate when we go visit a town. And then after that, we made our way through Missouri.
Yep.
We went ahead and picked a harvest host just north of Springfield, Missouri. It's Oudva.
Oudva Winery. We got there. They have a particular Saturday each month. They have a concert and food trucks, and so we pull up and we've got a food truck out our front window and a live band and wine to be had.
So
and
we bought
it was
a couple
party.
bottles of wine between the 4 of us and had an enjoyable day there. And then the next day we're trying to plot where we want to go, and our friends of Small House Big World,
Kelly and Anna,
they just hit the road at that time 23 days ago.
brand new Nomads.
And we had been communicating with them a lot online and helping them kind of in their preparations, as well as a lot of the RVing community had been. And they were at another winery out in Bland, Missouri, which is kind of north of St. James. And so we decided to meet up and join them there.
They were texting us saying, this place is amazing, you have to come there. And it wasn't too much of a detour for us, and with an endorsement like that, and then we were doing a live video cast, so we needed, is there enough signal? And they're like, it's really marginal and spotty.
Like, oh, well, we'll make it work.
Well, spotty means that our tech gear should help us, and it did. We were in a place with no Verizon at all, but we were able to boost AT&T up to streamable levels to do live video. So that was
so
awesome.
we did about 2.5 hours of live video streaming between our mobile internet aficionados exclusive chat that we hosted. We did on Entertainment on the Road, and then we did a cost of full-time RVing video chat that is now archived on YouTube if you missed it. So feel free to catch that. And then we arrived to St. Louis, which is where we're at now. This is kind of where Chris's parents' summer at now, and his grandma here. It's kind of his hometown if he had
If
one.
I were to have a hometown, I guess St. Louis could be it.
And my mom, she flew in for it, so it's really great that my mom is now, since my dad passed away 2 years ago, she's getting out and traveling and meeting up with us on the road.
Getting her at the start of the month and the end of the month, and we love it because she's fun to hang out with, and we've been playing tourist in St. Louis the last few days.
And we will continue to do so for the next few days. So that's April. We went from Austin to St. Louis, and with a lot of fun adventures on the way. We've also been working on, if you caught, that we are planning a big Alaska adventure this summer that does not include taking Zephyr. Zephyr will actually be dropped off the end of May up at Elkhart at MasterTech to be repainted and have some other upgrades done while we're there.
Yes. So we've been spending a lot of time both plotting travels through Alaska and upgrades for the bus, and so that's been keeping us
extra busy trying to get everything together with that. So if you want an update on the Alaska travels, we have a train booked out west. Then we're doing a one-way cruise up to Whittier, and then we get to Anchorage. We now have trains booked up to Fairbanks, where we'll be staying with a friend there, and then we'll take another train over to Denali, where we're staying with a friend and fellow RVer that we met this winter there, and give us a tour of Denali, and then we're taking a train back down to Anchorage. Then we're renting an RV for 7 days.
Yeah, got a 1-week rental, a small RV, so we could do the Kenai Peninsula. And then we don't have anything, actually we haven't quite figured out our return plans yet. So
we're tracking a couple of cruises. We're watching the cruise prices come down and down as they get closer to that time frame.
The return cruises are already cheaper than the passenger ferry, and the cruises include food. So this is...
and having someone make your bed.
And having someone make your bed. It's kind of crazy that cruising is cheaper than ferry.
So we've got our eye on a couple of cruises, and we'll probably hop on one of those here in the next few days and book one of those. And then we'll probably go by train back to Elkhart to pick up the bus when it's done, or go finish off some of the projects there. Yeah. So that's how the summer's coming together. It'll probably take us through July.
It's exhausting to think about, but very exciting.
Yeah. Only other thing up on the radar is, if you haven't heard about it yet, starting May 5th through 11th, there's a website called rvsummit.com. And what they have done is they've done some audio interviews with the 30 of us experienced RVers talking to us about our different specialities and experiences on the road. And they'll be broadcasting those for free through RV Summit. You'll need to sign up with their website. And then so you can get a lot of, if you're looking for information on hitting the road, you can get a lot of resources on that. Go check out their schedule.
They did a great interview, so I imagine if their interview with us was good, they'll have a lot of other really great content to share.
So that's April. We'll catch up with you guys next month. See you out there. Bye-bye.